Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me for Chronicles in Collecting, where I'm going to open the Robot Spirits Skullma Aura Phantasm version from Aura Battler Dunbine. This figure came out August 2022 and retailed for 9,000 yen, or about $63 US. So this is the first Aura Battler Dunbine figure that I'm opening up on the channel. I'm actually a big fan of the show. I finished it pretty recently, and I would really recommend it. It's kind of like a hard to explain. A little bit like Escaflowne. It's like a, person winds up in another world, and it's kind of like a fantasy type world. But naturally, everybody, has mechs. I'm not as big a fan as the second part of the show, but I won't get into spoiler territory there. But there are a ton of robot spirits from Dunbine, and they've been making a lot of them recently, and they just have these like really cool like insectoid like appearances. So I had actually been buying a lot of them before I'd even finished watching the show, but after watching the show now I'm even more into them. But yeah, I mean, this thing is just so cool. It's so unique. Like I said, kind of like half insect and half robot. And I think like in the show they kind of explain it away because take a look at some of these accessories here. It's like they use some insect shells or something like that. Some sort of ridiculous thing. But yeah, I really like the colors on these. I think, like I said, it's just something really unique compared to a lot of the other robot stuff. This one's got this like super cool scythe. This, again, I don't want to get too into spoilers here, but this is from later on in the series, so you might not see this until the very end. But a lot of really cool colors, a lot of nice material, and would definitely, I mean, I'll unbox in a second, but definitely recommend something like this. I think it looks, like I said, I think it just looks really cool, really different, and I'm looking forward to opening up some more of the Aura Battler Dunbine stuff. Anyway, I'm going to take a look at this guy real quickly, and I'll be back in a few minutes with some final thoughts. All right, and we are back. So let's get this guy on the rotating stand here and give some final thoughts. So like I said, this is the first Aura Battler Dunbine figure that I've unboxed. I really like it. Love the colors, love the detailing. Not a ton of stuff with this figure. You basically have this super cool scythe, but it is, really detailed. You got the wing add-on parts and you have the extra arms, so that's really nice. I think posing with this wasn't too bad. I'll say that some of the joints I felt like maybe came out a little easily. They went back in, nothing broke, but I had like, the piece of like one of these claw things on the bottom fall off, and then the wing fell off, and then the arm fell off, and the leg fell off, and then the head kept falling off. Like in the box, it kind of shows the head having like a lot more movement than I was able to get out of it. I'm sure that's probably because the neck also moves a lot, so I'm sure that if you played around with the neck and everything a little bit more, you could probably get a little bit more rotation on the head there. But yeah, all in all, like I said, really like the colors. There are a few kind of quality things where kind of like the nibs or whatever you call them, are there. Not horrible. I think, probably not something you would see if it's just sitting on your shelf, but, if you gave it a little bit more thorough inspection, maybe if your friends are nosy, might know it. But like I said, I would definitely recommend this figure. I will say this is definitely not, for someone who's not seen Aura Battler Dunbine, it's not one of the like super iconic ones. So, I guess if you were going to pick one Aura Battler, maybe this one isn't it. But as far as kind of uniqueness and coolness, I think this is definitely up there, and expect to see a lot more Aura Battlers on this channel because I have a ton to open, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I would also definitely recommend checking out the show. Anyway, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate a like or subscribe. And if you didn't, tell me about it in the comments. If there's something else you want to see with either this figure or another figure, let me know about it in the comments and I'll see what I can do. I think my fall schedule is probably going to be new figure episodes on Friday. I don't know off the top of my head which day, which of Mercury airs. but I'll be doing reviews of that, and I have a few other kind of videos I want to do on that show before it starts, so keep an eye out for those. Anyway, thank you so much, and keep collecting. I finished it not that recent, not